Hi everyone! Welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Stitcher. My name is Megan. You can find me on Instagram as Megan_Babauta_, on Ravelry as Mama Made VM. You can also send me an email at theseattlestitcher@gmail.com, and all my other links, Goodreads, and all that good stuff is down below, so go ahead and check it out. But as I say, you are all very welcome here. 2 more weeks of stitching. I didn't get very much done. So let's hop right in. I did actually get a ton of sewing done. I made a ton of project bags. So I do have a bunch of fun new project bags to show you guys, this being one of them. I picked up this fabric at Gigi's Quilts in Yelm, Washington. And I just got 2, I don't know, they were these extra pieces of fabric. I don't know what that's called in quilting. I forgot. Not a fat quarter, right? I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I'm not a quilter, so I don't know all the terminology for the fabric cuts, but that is a fabric store and it's a quilting store. So they sell little tiny bundles of fabric for quilting, and they sell the random little offcuts and bits. And so this was in that, and it was quite cheap. So I went ahead and picked it up, and I made this little vinyl front project bag. And inside here is my misspelt sampler. This is a Hemlock and Rye pattern, and Hemlock and Rye is the storefront of Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World, Julie. And I know I've ranted and raved about this project, but it's just so good. If you've not purchased this one, go run out and get it. It's the perfect spring project. I know we're all itching to start some spring stuff. I know I was and am, and my itch has been soothed with this project, that's for sure. So I am stitching this 1/2 on a 40 count chalice by Picture This Plus. And here is my progress. So I didn't get too much done on this one, but I'm still happy with what I was able to get done. So if you're doing a 40 count, you are able to fit the entire reproduction sampler on a fat quarter, which I think is amazing. And so that's what I decided to go for. I really love the contrast of these colors with the chalice. It's almost like a champagne yellow golden color. It's just beautiful. So what I've done in the past couple weeks is filled in some of the orange here for the flowers, and I brought over the avocado colorway here, the green on the border. And I have foregone, there's these 2 stripes of this colorway that make up a border. This is Ginger Snap, but because of the color of my fabric, Ginger Snap is, as you can see, almost identical. So I did decide to just forego that because it doesn't add to my piece, being that it blends exactly into the fabric. I wasn't too worried about it just being incorporated into other pieces, and if anything, I can always swap it out for a bit of a darker shade, but I'm really loving this so far. I am selling this with some of my friends on Flosstube here and on Instagram, and you can just use the hashtag misspelled sampler sal, or we're kind of just kind of wanted to make a joke out of the fact that she does misspell so much of her little quote in the center here, and we decided to use the hashtag bonds is rotten because she does say that in the little quote here, when my bonds is rotten. So it's just been a really fun one, and we've all been really loving it. I know Marjorie from Marjorie Made, Julie is thinking about restitching it. Maybe we can convince her. We want a goth conversion. And Bridget, the museum stitcher, stitching on this one. Cam from Cam the Stitcher is working on this one. So we're all really loving it. Mine, the only alterations I had to make when it comes to this actual colorways is I did have to swap out the brown because my LNS didn't have it. So I swapped it out for German chocolate. And then I didn't have licorice red available, which Denise, the owner of the LNS, she actually mentioned that it's been really hard to get her hands on some of that lately. So I did just go for a cranberry. This is a sampler thread, a Gentle Arts thread. But what I did to pick the cranberry is I picked Julie's conversion of the DMC. So I went and found the DMC, brought it over to the Fancy Flosses, and cranberry was really close to it. And I'm really loving it. I mean, I know that some of my flosses are a bit older. I will say that about my LNS. She has stock of things that are quite old. For instance, this is my Frosted Sage. And if you watch any of those other channels I mentioned, you'll see that Frosted Sage is now much more tealy blue, whereas mine is I mean, almost as pale as my white turtleneck. So, you know, maybe try to find a shop that has a little bit of a newer inventory, but this is my contrast to my fabric, and I am really happy with that. I think it's just beautiful. I know I've said it over and over again, this fabric is just amazing. Julie is amazing. Definitely go and support her. I'll have her Gumroad site for Hemlock and Rye linked below, so you can go ahead and check out this pattern because it is fabulous, as well as tons of her other patterns being fabulous. So go take a look-see. So that was my first whip. My next whip, this is actually in another bag that I made this past couple weeks. So I know it's a Halloween bag, but I don't know, it's so cute. This is the fabric. Isn't that freaking adorable? So in here, I have my Beatrix Potter sal, and this is actually a sal that Julie from Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World is hosting right now. And I'll put the hashtag on the screen like I usually do. I'm stitching this one 1/2 on a 36 count, and I'm using Dinky Dye's Fireside, which is a beautiful orangey red shade. Love that. I mean, Fireside is the perfect name for it, is it not? It's fabulous. And you guys know Dinky Dyes by far are my absolute favorite flosses. I'm stitching this on a 36 count Duxbury by Fox and Rabbit. And here is my progress. So I'm pretty happy with this. I only pulled it out for a couple of nights to get a little bit of stitching done every night. And I got this motif, and then I think maybe all of the foliage in there. I'm not really sure. I'll of course put a picture of where I was last time. But I'm really happy with this one. I just love it. And the color of this floss, oh, it's so beautiful. That's closer to the accuracy of the color there, how it's orange and rust, and oh, it's just so lovely. I cannot wait to have this one done. I just want it to be massive. I know it's not that big of a piece, but I just want it to be huge. I don't want it to end. It's so pretty. So thank you to Julie for bringing this one to my eyes site, because I didn't even realize this. Like, I didn't even know you could go on Stitchy Box's website and buy PDFs off of there. Oh, dangerous, man, because this one is absolutely beautiful. Oh, I just love it. But I love a Quaker, I'm not gonna lie. And especially lately, a monochromatic Quaker is pretty much all I feel like I have, like, mentally available to work on. Every time I pull out another project, I just feel overwhelmed and I put it away. But you know, sometimes that's just mom life. Or life in general, but that's what I'm gonna attribute it to the past couple weeks. So this has been a really fun one. And I mean, as you can see, the bag has like this, the interior fabric I used is a gold sparkle on this like solid black backing. And I just thought that was kind of fun with the orange floss. I don't know. That was my reasoning in my head for putting it in a Halloween bag. I mean, I guess I could just say I really do love Halloween. So I have a lot of Halloween fabric and I needed to get some stuff sewn up. So that was my second whip, and yeah, I'm really loving it. By the way, the needle minder on this one is a Mad for Minders needle minder. The needle minder on my last project, my misspelled sampler, that is a Ginger Stitches. I believe that that's the site. And he is, I think, an Australian-based, like, cross-stitch. I don't think he designs cross-stitch, but I think it's just needle minders. I'm not really 100% sure, to be honest. But he has an Amazon storefront, and you can purchase the needle minders off of Amazon. So I'll link that one below because I thought it was really cute. It's like a little hand stitching, and it's like a golden metal needle minders. Really cute. The next project I pulled out, this is again in a Halloween bag. So I made this bag in the past couple weeks, and isn't it so cute? I got this fabric again from Gigi's in Yelm there. It's just so stinking cute. And I did make a double of this one, but I already sold that bag, so it's already gone. I'm so glad I kept this one though. I absolutely love it. And inside here, I have my Prairie Schooler Trick or Treat. I don't know, I guess I was in a Halloween mood after stitching up all these Halloween project bags. And so I wanted to pull out this one because it is pretty small. Like, this is one that I should realistically sit down and focus on and finish, but I hate stitching from the bottom up. and I started this one on the bottom. It's the only project I've ever done that. It made me realize how much I don't like doing that, and so I'll never do it again. But I'm so far along that I don't want to go back. I'm using all the called for DMCs. You can tell how old this project is because I'm using these paper thread drops here. These are the ones that I think they're made by DMC. I honestly can't remember, but my LNS does sell them and they're great. They're like a nice thick cardstock and you just write on the back of them. So like this one's $33.71. So they're awesome. They work great and they're very affordable, but I've kind of swapped over to the acrylic ones kind of for longevity. I want to be able to house them nicely and neatly for a bit longer of a period of time. So here is my progress on this one. Let me get a little bit closer if I can. So with this one, what I've done is I've completed the back stitching like from here down. So all the back stitching is done. The only other thing that I need to do is like finish his body and put in her second leg and then fill in their pumpkins. Isn't that so cute? So I did like this back stitching. I did all of the pumpkin handles. I filled in the eyes here. I just need one more iris. So I pretty much need to do a lot of fill in. Like after I get his body done, it's really a lot of fill in for the bottom portion. And then I can finally move a little bit further up. But I really love this one. I'm stitching it with all the called for. So even the called for Witch Olds fabric, which you guys know my saga is not my favorite. It's so like stiff and it hasn't softened a single hair, that's for sure. But outside of that, it shreds my DMCs to pieces. I definitely love it. And I mean, I have thread magic, so I've tried that. Nothing really works for me. It's just something about the fabric. I think it's because you're stitching 2/2. Even though it's a 32 count, it's one of those 32 counts that's a little bit too tight to do 2/2. But I'm not gonna lie, I love the way the stitching looks. It looks fabulous. It's nice and full. Look at the way that the trick or treat looks. It's so cute. It just looks so good. And this is a Mad for Minders needle minder as well. You guys know I absolutely love her. She's just one of my favorites for needle minders. So the only thing I'm gonna leave out on the bottom is there was like a little mushroom right underneath the cat. And I just thought the placement was kind of funky, so I'm gonna leave that out. But it's so cute and I'm really enjoying this project. I don't know, I love this one and I just need to focus on it, but every time I pull it out, because it's not an enjoyable process, I just, you know, it's hard to finish. And so I'm sitting here thinking to myself, okay, I do have the other projects started, like I have the other projects kitted, and I have the fabric and everything, so I don't necessarily want to purchase a new fabric for these, but I'm kind of debating. I really don't want to cut all this out. I'm honestly too lazy to cut all this out. But I think that I might just restart this one and restart it from the top down. I just hate to have to like, you know, cut out or toss this piece that I've done so far, because I'm not enjoying stitching it. So it's like, should I just push through because I'm like a quarter of the way done and just finish the dang thing because it's so stinking small? Or should I restart it and actually make it a piece that I enjoy stitching on? You know? Tell me what you guys think. Would you just push through? Maybe that's what I should do. So that was my next whip. And my next whip is actually the Thea Gouvenier Lady and the Unicorn. So this was my focus piece for the entire month of February. So I wanted to pull it out at least once every other week. I know this is a short month and I didn't get very much stitching in because of just life, but this is a project that I really love and I just cannot wait to have it finished. So I'm super excited about it. And I'm gonna put a picture actually of where I started for the month of February. So I'll put that picture here. And this is the progress, if I can find the start. It's a very large project. And here is my progress. It's just so pretty. The colors are so beautiful. I believe this to be a 28 count linen and you're stitching it 1/2. I love it. The 1/2, it's sparse, but it does so well with the color of the fabric. It just adds something to the actual colors of the DMCs that you wouldn't get without doing that 1/2. Oh, I love it so much. And it makes it look a little bit more antiqued as well, which works because it is an antique tapestry. Oh, That's so beautiful. There's so many colors in this. It's insane. It's like, it's a lot of colors and it's a lot of color changes. But honestly, the further you get down, like you have these huge portions here that are all the white, you know? And so you'll have huge motifs here in her dress that are all the black work of her dress. So there's tons of spaces where you won't have these color changes. Even up through here, I'm sure there's only about 3 shades of green in there. So I'm looking forward to getting to one of those portions, but I'm happy that I was able to get a little bit more stitching done on here. And you know, it was a hard month for me. So I'm just happy overall that I was able to get any stitches in. And the needle minder on this one is actually a gift from my Aunt Joanne. It's like a little bottle cap needle minder, and there's a book in there. So cute. I absolutely love it. So I have that one on here. The only thing that I worry about with this one is my L&S owner, Denise, she mentioned with this project that there's not very much margins on the outside and that she suggested I start in the middle. I'm an idiot and I didn't listen. So I did start in the upper left-hand corner because that's how I like to start my projects. Now though, I'm so concerned that I started a little bit too far down that I'm not gonna have enough room to actually complete the piece. So that is like my ultimate terror, to be honest. I think I'm gonna look up the stitch count and put it into one of those little calculators and see how large the stitch is exactly, and then measure how far down I am. Because honestly, the bottom, I could have very little margin and it would work for the way I'm gonna finish the project, but I do need a larger margin at the top to be able to complete it into a wall hanging, which is my ideal purpose of the project, would be a wall hanging, like an actual tapestry. I'm even debating like adding tassels at the bottom, or I know I want to do a velvet backing, so I've been scoping out some different velvet fabrics, so that'll be really fun. I can't wait. It's such a beautiful project. I know that this is like a lifelong project. It's going to take me years to finish it, but I'm okay with that. It doesn't stress me out in the least. So no worries there. So that's all my whips this week, but I am going to go into acquisitions, and I guess I'll start with my first acquisition, which is these Adam Hart thread hearts. So I got 2 packs of these. The second one I already opened because I did use them to kit a project. I'll show you what project that is in a moment here. But these are so beautiful. They're just, I love them. I'll show you in the project what they look like outside of the bags, but oh, they're so cute. The only thing I wish is, because my project didn't actually use all of these, I wish that these bags were resealable, because I really like the bags. And I kind of like being able to keep the stickers in here all together so I don't lose stuff. So I do wish these were resealable, but I really love these. I kept hearing about them from Bridget, the museum stitcher, and she could literally be like, jump, and I'd be like, how high? I just love Bridget. You guys know she's just my stitchy bestie. I love her. So I had to go and snag some of these up, and she was talking about the I don't know, I guess the maker of these. I was going to say the designer, but I guess she's the designer and maker of the woman who runs this shop, which is Adam Hart here. And just really talking about them and how amazing they are and all that they've done. And so I really wanted to support a smaller business and support a mom. Being a mom myself, it was really important to me, so I went ahead and purchased a couple bags of those. And the project I used to kit them up is actually this Rose Quaker. I know I showed this one a couple weeks ago, but a couple of my cross-stitching friends and we might be starting this one together sometime. What do you think, ladies? I know Marjorie has this one and Bridget has this one, and I found a picture of a finish of this. Oh, guys, it's stunning. I'm gonna put the picture here if I can find it. I might not be able to find it, but I'll look. But the finish is about approximately 5 million times better than this cover photo. I would have never bought this based on the cover photo, to be honest. I love a Quaker, but this cover photo, I mean, it's pretty, but it's trash compared to the actual stitch. The actual stitch is absolutely beautiful. And so I've kitted this one up. So I went and purchased all the DMCs. So here they are. Oh, isn't that beautiful? And I'm using those Adam Hart Floss Drops on here. How pretty are they? These are the copper ink colorway. How beautiful. Let me just, sorry the lighting is so bad. It's Washington, I mean, come on. They're just absolutely stunning. And she does give you these little stickers. So I did use the little dot stickers, and I just, you know, used them in the same spot on every single one and faced them all the same way. But these colors are beautiful, and I'm going to stitch this on a 40 count weathered stone. I was actually debating starting this on a, like, as a monochromatic piece, because you guys know I've been obsessed with monochromatic lately, but I don't know. I really love the way that the finish looked. The finish I found on Instagram, yeah, it was on Instagram, was so good. And this piece of linen, the weathered stone, it's kind of a peachy, like sandstone, but it also has some gray green almost in it. It really is like a weathered stone. And I thought, wow, these colors pop. Every single one of them pops on this fabric. And so I really love this. I can't wait to start it. So this might be my next start. I actually do have a full coverage project as well that I want to stitch and start this month, because a sal started on the 1st, and that sal is RIP. I think it's RIP My Whips. I'll put it on the screen. It's started by Hannah, and I just started watching her YouTube channel. But Marjorie, she's in a group chat that I made. Marjorie, Can the Stitcher, Bridget the Museum Stitcher, Alexis from Alexis_My Amazing World, and Julie from Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. I just freaking love those ladies. Let me tell you, I love them. But we are all in that group chat together, and Marjorie's kind of like coerced us all into starting a full coverage piece. And it's a book spine pattern. I'll put a picture here. And that is my full coverage, and it's my planned start for this month. I've just been kind of feeling overwhelmed with like responsibilities in life as a mom and all this other stuff. So I haven't started anything the past couple weeks because of it. But I have that one kitted up and ready to go. And now I have this one kitted up and ready to go. And another newbie would be this project bag. I sewed up this project bag. Isn't it so cute? I'm just so proud of myself. My sewing skills have gotten a lot better since I started making the bags, and that makes me really proud of myself, because it's nice to see that you're like, you know, you're growing and you're getting better. So I love this one. I can't wait to start it. I'm excited about the full coverage piece as well. The next thing I made was this project bag, which is so cute. I did like this golden yellow. Oh, so cute. And then I do have 2 more project bags that I made, and these are extras that I am going to sell. So if you're interested, this is an exact copy of the one I made myself. It has the black and gold interior lining, and then I made this one, which has the golden interior with the pretty floral. So if you're interested in one of these, just email me. It's theseattlestitcher@gmail.com, and I just asked 20 bucks, and if you're in the US, then the shipping would only be $5. So yeah, let me know. Just send me an email. Those are the only 2 I have left. I actually sewed a ton of project bags, but I sold them all. It always shocks me how like nice and kind you guys are to support me, and I just, yeah, love you guys lots. So those are my other 2 little kind of acquisitions, because I sewed those up. And my fabric of the month came in. This is Flawn by Bestitch Me. I did change my Bestitch Me fabric of the month to a 40 count, so I could get a little bit more stitching in. Oh my goodness, how, oh, could this be any better? Could it? Absolutely not. It is so beautiful. I love how it's like kind of darker over here, more saturated, and it gets a little bit lighter over here. I feel like I could cut this in half and stitch 2 completely different styled objects on here. But outside of that, this would be absolutely amazing for a Halloween piece. Can you imagine? Oh, guys, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. Tell me, what do you think I should stitch on this? I need to know. It's just so good. So again, this is Flawn by Picture This Plus, and I am in the neutrals. I'm in the Bestitch Me Neutrals colorway, and Brandy is just, she's amazing. Talented, let me tell you. This just blows me away every time. My next acquisition, this is in one of those Amazon bags. I'll link these below if I remember. So I've had this one kitted up forever. It was actually my very first start, if you guys remember. And I did start it with, I actually started it with DMCs. And I might go back to the DMCs only because I did already purchase like 50 skeins of It's like a dark, dark blue. 311 is the colorway. So this is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. You guys know my tale of woe. I don't know, I wasn't in love with it anymore. The Ada was just like, it was really big, and the project was gonna be so big. Like, I love big things on my walls, you know, like big art pieces, but I thought, okay, that's not really exactly what I want. So my styles have changed a bit in the past year of my stitching, and I decided when I went to my LNS to go ahead and try to find a new fabric for this one. So this is a 40 count Silvery Moon Newcastle linen, and I just got, here's the little tag. I just got like a massive cut of it, to be honest. And I already had some of these Dinky Dyes flosses, but what do we think? So I have 5 skeins of this, I believe, and I know I'll need more, but I'm planning on stitching it 1/2 on this if I do go with this for the mix. Because I actually really do love the 311, and the 311 would look really good actually on this Silver Moon, but I don't know, something about this. It's really speaking to me. I like it a lot. I do have one other like monochromatic stitch that's similar to the Long Dog. I mean, not necessarily, but you know, it's that monochromatic theme and almost Quakery style, and it's my Spring Quaker, and that's another one that I thought to myself, you know, I kind of like these for that as well. So it's a toss-up to what I'm really going to use this one for, but I thought, you know, it'd be nice to even just have like a basic, really neutral, silvery gray, almost white linen, and I've been loving 40 count, so I just wanted a large cut of it. So yeah, this is my last acquisition. My goodness, I almost forgot. I'll have to clip this into the acquisitions, but my last acquisitions was actually a Modern Folk embroidery pattern, and I'll put a picture of it here. I'm planning on stitching that one with, this is a 36 count oyster shell by Fox and Rabbit, and I'm planning on stitching that with these Dinky Dyes in Mystic Pools. Let me get this random thread off of here, because I had seen Bridgen, she is stitching this one, and she's doing a purple on purple for hers. Oh, I love it so much. I just loved it so much. I asked her, like, can I just be a complete copycat and like steal your brain? Because this is freaking amazing. She is so good with colors, so I had to steal that one. So I really like this, and I think this is another contender to be my next start. And the only other things I have to talk about are my knitting, and then I'll go into personal life. So I knit a little hat. This is my basic beanie hat. These are the hats I've been knitting for my husband for many years now. And it's just a whip stitched brim. So whip stitching is when you knit the brim and then you use your starting cast on to actually knit into it and create a double knit. So it's double thick at the brim. And I just really like the way it looks. I like it because you can fold this bit up and you still have the knit, so it's knit straight into knit instead of knit into pearls, which is the back of knitting fabric. And I just do like a quad into a decrease with a double decrease, and it just creates a nice little perfect ending. I don't know, I love it. So I started one of these hats, I think last weekend or something, and I finished that one up. I have been wearing this one myself. I just know though my husband's gonna steal it, so we'll see. And then I did start another one. I just started it in this like funky, this is some leftovers that I had for some socks. I knit Alexis a pair of socks out of this exact colorway, and I kept on thinking like this would be such a cute hat. I have quite a few skeins of this left because I was gonna knit my daughter a sweater out of it, but I thought that'd be a really cute hat. And my husband actually, he really likes bright colors, and kind of like, he always reaches for the brighter, crazier colored hats that I knit. So I figured I'd cast one of these on, and if he doesn't wear it, I definitely will. I really like that yarn. So that was my knitting. My focus piece is either I'm gonna start the Modern Folk embroidery and make that my focus piece, or I am going to start my full coverage and make that my focus piece. I don't know if I'm in the brain space right now to be starting a full coverage, to be honest. I know that seems silly, but for some reason it's like overwhelming me. I don't know why, it just is. So I don't know if I'm going to start it this month or not. I really want to partake in the stitch along because I love stitch alongs. It's so much fun, and it's fun to like, you know, just chat about your full coverage and like get ideas from your friends. And I want to partake. So I'll see if I can squeeze that in sometime this weekend or even sometime today. My apologies if you can hear the rain. It's raining so hard right now. It's hitting my windows. It's like coming sideways. So the lighting has diminished, guys. But I also wanted to say thank you so much, everyone, for your kind, beautiful comments. I know it's okay to cry, but I guess I'm one of those people that find a hard time doing it. And I had filmed that part so many times, and I almost just cut out the whole thing because I didn't want to cry on the internet. It seems so silly, but it's true, you know, the internet can be kind of a scary place, but you guys were all so kind and amazing, and your comments just really mean a lot to me. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. You guys know I just adore you all, and the friendships that you all have created with me make me feel so welcome here. So yeah, just thank you for all the condolences for my Uncle Mark. It's been a hard time. You know, my grandma's probably having the hardest time right now. So just keep her in your prayers if you are a believer. That would be absolutely amazing. I truly do appreciate it. She is definitely a believer, and I know that would help her heal in some kind of way. So I appreciate that. I guess the last life updates would be my husband's had to work a lot. So he's been out of town for work. And so I've just been doing a lot of mom stuff. You know, it was my daughter's birthday on the 1st, so yesterday. And we had already celebrated the weekend before by taking her to like a bouncy house place. And she had so much fun. She got to hang out with her little favorite cousin, and they had a blast. And she got all her little presents, and I'll have to pop a picture that my mother-in-law took of her. It was so funny opening her presents. So that was her. She had a blast. And then her actual birthday yesterday, I took her to dinner because Daniel was out of town. So I took her to Applebee's because the girl loves Applebee's. Okay, why? I have no idea. Genuinely, I have no idea why she loves it so much, but hey, whatever makes you happy. So she's 5 years old. And I also want to say thank you so much to everyone who sent me nice little messages to read to her, because I asked everyone, like, you know, could you just send me a message that says happy birthday or something so I can show Amira? And oh my goodness, she was so freaking excited and happy. Oh, the stuff that I was able to reshare to my story, because a couple of my closer girlfriends had taken like a video. Oh my, it makes me so happy. It makes my heart just want to explode with happiness. You know, you guys, if you're a parent or you've ever cared for a child like a parent does in any kind of way, that love you feel, like seeing your child that happy and ecstatic, you guys, you made my day. You made this mom's day. So that was awesome. And that's really it for life updates. My husband, he gets back tonight, so I get to see him. Yay! And I think we're just gonna hang out and have a pretty chill night. So it should be great. So I'll catch you guys in 2 weeks. Maybe I'll catch you on a live if I have time in between, and we'll figure out from there. But thanks so much. You guys stay safe out there and have a great day. Bye. Okay, so let me restart. Sorry for all that babbling. Hopefully I can cut out some of that because